Hey guys, some guy rank stuff here, and well, I was just browsing through YouTube and looking at some of the character reveals for Super Smash Brothers. Just looking back and reminiscing about like the whole adventure of seeing new characters being revealed for the game. I always said that I kind of feel guilty for not playing this game enough. I mean, I have 100 hours or something in Smash Brothers, which is decent, but nothing much compared to the really dedicated players, I guess. But I just, while all the characters were revealed up to launch and stuff, I was just in awe and just really appreciative of how Sakurai was able to include all the characters or like all the DLC characters in addition to the original ones. I mean, there was just so much to be happy and excited about. I just feel bad I haven't played it enough, and I should play it more. But so I'm going to try to rank my favorite characters from Smash Brothers Ultimate, of course, and I'll basically rank these on like I'm no technical player when it comes to this. I'm just more like a party Smash Brothers player who likes to have fun with the game. I have played every entry, even like both versions of Smash 4 for both 3DS and Wii U, and I've been playing the game quite a bit over the years since the N64. So I have a lot of experience, but I'm by no means any technical player. I don't know like the specifics of each and every character, or even just the game, like the tiers that the pro players and people use. I'm not familiar with any of those, like which characters are actually the best ones, or at least ranked as maybe like a top tier character. This is just like all based on my own opinions, my experience playing with them, the interest I have in them. Maybe like if there's something deeper, like or something less significant, like the reveal or other things, I'll just explain it as we go. There might even be some love for the character itself, like from the series it's from, but maybe not as much for the character itself or the fighter in Smash Brothers. So this one is made by JW Sully, 48, just to give that person credit. And these are all, I see, ranked alphabetically, so we'll just start with Banjo Kazooie, which was, of course, an amazing reveal, and the fact that we finally got Banjo Kazooie in a Smash Brothers game is totally amazing. I'm not really fond of playing as Banjo Kazooie, but just the fact that he's finally there just makes it one of like it's not the best because I don't really enjoy playing with him, but man, what an awesome reveal! And Banjo Kazooie I played when I was younger. I played it many times, but I did grow up with the game, so of course I was excited to see him there. Like Bayonetta, I've never played a Bayonetta game. I can't understand that. Well, maybe at least in Smash 4 she was like a top tier character, maybe in Ultimate as well, but not a favorite for me. She's good to play as, but yeah, nothing too special, I think anyway. Bowser Jr., I really enjoy that you can play as the different Koopalings in addition to Junior himself, but I really don't like playing as yeah, Bowser Jr. or any of those, to be honest. Like Bowser, I used to enjoy a lot more in Melee, but not as much in later games. But I mean, it's a classic character, of course, it's gonna be high up. I think it belongs in A tier at least. Byleth, like so many others, the final character in the first wave, DLC wave, was pretty disappointing, especially when, well, he or she kind of uses the different weapons than just a sword, but it's basically another sword fighter and another fire emblem character. I mean, I love Three Houses. I love the game a lot, but it's kind of fun to play as. But like, it was a disappointing reveal for sure. But it's not. I don't really play as much with this character as many others, so it's kind of hard to argue that Captain Falcon is anything less than an S tier. I mean, he's not one that I use a lot, but like the Smash Brothers series is what keeps like Captain Falcon alive, so to speak. Except for F-Zero 99, which is out now. I hope that's a test to see if there's interest for a new F-Zero game. But like Captain Falcon is has become very synonymous with Smash Brothers, especially just by the yelling of Falcon Punch. Yeah, it's a classic, and I really enjoy his participation in the series. And I do think is fun to play as, basically because he at least used to share a lot of his moves with Ganondorf, which, well, spoiler alert, is one of my favorite characters to play as. So Chrom was kind of anticipated, but kind of like people wanted him, but we got Lucina instead. I think we got her in Smash 4. It's cool to see him, but like he wasn't really needed in my opinion, and I've barely ever played as him. But is he like, yeah, I'll put him here for now. So Cloud, I mean, I have never played Final Fantasy VII. He's huge, of course, and I'm really happy for the people who wanted to see him. And of course, getting third-party characters to Smash Brothers is a huge thing. To me, I can rank him. He's kind of like Banjo-Kazooie. I don't like. I'm more fond of Banjo-Kazooie, but to many people, I can totally see that people really wanted to see him in a Smash Brothers game, and I think it's fair that he gets an A. Even though I never play as him and I don't enjoy playing as him, but still, like the S tier is basically the ones I really enjoy playing as. So Corrin, like the third Fire Emblem character, it's nothing special. I think I do like Corrin, but he and she isn't too different really from the rest. Daisy and Peach, I think, are both the same, but they're actually fun characters to play as. I think I'll just throw Peach up here as well. I mean, they're actually decent to play with, and a friend of mine often chooses Peach to play as, and he's a tough SOB to fight with when he uses Peach. But I understand why he uses Peach, because she's actually pretty, a good fighter in my opinion. Dark Pit is my first D. I mean, he really isn't that interesting. I think is totally unnecessary. Not that fun to play as. I'll talk about Pit here as well, though. I think Pit at least is a B tier, at least. But Dark Pit was really not necessary. Dark Samus, I kind of like Dark Samus more as a costume for Samus. Definitely nothing special to me. Diddy Kong is fun to have around, but I never play as him that much. I think DK, Donkey Kong, I actually think is an S tier. He's kind of a classic for me. I kind of want to say the same thing about Bowser, but in all honesty, I mean, DK was in the first one, which Bowser wasn't, which is kind of weird, I think, when I look back. But Donkey Kong has been a staple as well, and I think he's very enjoyable to play as. Maybe not as much nowadays in the newer games like it was in the first one and Melee, because it was really powerful in those games. Dr. Mario is lame, I think, and this is the worst. I just hate Duck Hunt Duo, or Duck Hunt in general. So annoyed to play as, so annoyed to play against. This is my least favorite character in the entire series or game, because this game contains all the characters. Falco is a cool character. I think I'll put him in A and Fox in S. Like, of course, we have the whole Five Destination Fox thing, meme, so to speak. But he's also a classic character, and I really enjoy playing him as melee in melee, and I have kind of kept him around as one of my not really main, but semi-main, if that's a word. But then you have Ganondorf. He's an S tier for me. He's been a favorite for a long, long time. I'm a huge Zelda fan, of course, so it was exciting to see him in melee. I love to play with him there. I loved him in Brawl, even though he got slower. But then I do enjoy how I kind of wish they had the Twilight Princess look, at least for as a cost, like an alternate costume. But the thing is that I really enjoy how they changed his moveset from the same as Captain Falcon and gave him the sword and everything, which made him a little bit more fun to play as. So Greninja, like, this is the first Pokemon, and I'm not really too disappointed with how Greninja was. I never played this generation. Wait, yeah, no, sorry. This is X and Y generation, isn't it? I did play that, of course, but the Pokemon I had was Chespin, I think, if this is the correct generation. But I barely ever saw Greninja in the game, I think. Yeah, because I chose the grass type and my rival, if there was a rival, it's been so long, I just haven't played the game in so many years. Of course, chose the fire Pokemon, so I never saw Greninja that much. But I think it's fun to play as, to be honest. Not really disappointed, nothing hyped. He's nothing I was hyped about, but it's still a fun character to play as. So the hero, I've never played Dragon Quest, but he's difficult to play as. But he's not like totally unnecessary like Dr. Mario or Dark Pit, but well, I could almost put Dark Samus down here actually. I barely play as Dark Samus. But at least Hero is interesting in its own ways. He has a lot of cool skins though, like different alternate costumes. So Ice Climbers, I mean, people were happy to see Ice Climbers back because even though like it wasn't really a huge favorite, but people were kind of missing them in Smash 4. But in all honesty, who plays as Ice Climbers? I'm kind of curious. I barely ever see anyone play as those two. But I think, like for Smash Brothers, I'm happy to see them back, and they are kind of fun to play as at some point. So Ike, I think, is one of the better Fire Emblem characters. Like he's a real heavy hitter, which I enjoy. So he goes up there. Incineroar, I have no real connection with, but of course, an interesting choice. And as soon as I learned that he was like this pro wrestler Pokemon, I mean, he makes sense. I think I'll put an A tier. Inkling is a really fun and cool addition to Smash 4, of course. Or was it Ultimate? It was Ultimate, wasn't it? Yeah. It was Ultimate. Jeez, yeah, it was. I think I just got these two latest games mixed up. Fun edition, kind of fun to play as. I really enjoyed to see like new Nintendo characters being represented, or franchises being represented in the Smash Brothers games. So yeah, I think B tier. Isabelle is C tier for me. She's one I never play as. Kind of a fun addition, but nothing special. Jigglypuff, I think, is really annoying, to be honest. A clear staple for the franchise. I mean, Jigglypuff has been there from the very beginning, which is weird to say. Like, Bowser and Peach haven't, but Jigglypuff has? That's weird. But yeah, nothing more than a B tier, I think. So Joker, I've never played Persona, and I wasn't not at all hyped for this character. I mean, people were happy, of course, and it was a third-party character, which is huge. But So it's huge in its own way, but this was like the first DLC character which opened a lot of doors. So I think at least he belongs up in B tier and above the hero. But yeah, I think it's B tier. So actually, one of the trailers I rewatched was Kazuya from Tekken, which to me is an A tier. It was about time that Bandai Namco included a Tekken character. I was really happy to see it. I love the trailer; it was really well made, and I was so happy that it was Kazuya and not Heihachi. Mainly because he was already represented in the PlayStation All Stars game. And I think Kazuya is like when I play Tekken myself, which is my favorite traditional fighting franchise, like when it comes to Mortal Kombat or Street Fighter, Tekken, or Killer Instinct or whatever. Tekken is my favorite among those, so I was really happy to see him here. Um, and I do enjoy playing as him more than Heihachi, for example. So I was really happy with that choice. So Ryo and Ken, kind of like Kazuya, to be honest. Both great additions. Street Fighter being represented was great. They both make sense. They're both synonymous with Street Fighter, so why not? King DDD is an interesting character from the Kirby, franchise. And yeah, well, he's kind of fun to play as at times, and but I think it's an enjoyable addition to the franchise or to the Smash Brothers roster. So King K. Rool was like the first like okay, people were happy about Joker, but when it came to the DLC characters, King K. Rool was huge among those. No, wait, did I say like a DLC? It wasn't DLC. He was from the original. But that was huge either way, and it's definitely an A tier. And I think it plays well without being overcomplicated. Like Joker, Hero, Cloud. To me, anyway, this is just me. I feel like they're kind of too complicated for me to really get into. But like King K. Rool is like really fits the Smash universe with his moveset. So I've been really, I could easily just pick him and have a good fight more with him than Joker or Cloud or the hero. So Kirby, I think is okay. So this is kind of silly in some ways because so many original characters will end up here, but Kirby is, I mean, such a unique. Like he's always been with stealing, the abilities of others, and he's been so like such a highlight to the franchise, and still is. I think it's so fun to see how he transforms to take a liking from like to look alike the other character he sucks in, which is funny, and he's fun to play as well. So we have Link. He's like I think maybe I'm not sure exactly, but maybe that Ultimate Link is my least favorite Link, even though he's been my main forever since the first game. Always enjoyed playing as Link. Of course, being a huge Zelda fan, he was my go-to guy, and I've always stuck to him, even though I've been like alternating between him and Ganondorf and maybe a couple of others that I'll get to. But Link is an S tier for me. So I don't remember if I changed the lowest tier here or if I switched out the template, like if I chose another template, because I saw one that had like a little Mac row at the bottom, like a little Mac tier, and it looked like that was supposed to be the worst. And I can understand why people don't like playing as him because he has really bad recovery, but I really enjoy playing as Little Mac. Sure, like I said, his recovery kind of sucks, but he's so fast and he really packs a punch. And whenever I play as him against my friends, I can often win. Not always, but I can often win those battles. And I think it's just so fun to play with. So a great addition and to Smash 4, and people were asking for him for a long time. I never played Punch Out as a young guy. I did play the Wii one, like quite quite a while after the Wii generation, but I absolutely love that game, the Wii game, and so playing as Little Mac in Smash Bros. 4 was really fun. Lucario was kind of a replacement for Mewtwo, which I didn't enjoy that much. So he goes down here, I think. Lucas, I'll just do both him and Ness. I think maybe I'll put Lucas down here, even though he makes sense in some ways. But it's kind of similar to Ness, and I think he's a little bit cooler, but nothing too special. Lucina is, yeah, okay. Enjoyable character, but nothing special. Luigi, I haven't talked much about Luigi, but when it comes to him in multiplayer games like Mario Kart, a little bit of Smash Brothers, but especially Mario Kart and Mario Party, he's the worst. I just hate him with all I got. It's a silly thing, but yeah, I mean, he's all right. Of course, he's a Mario brother. Of course, he's somewhere up there, but nothing too special. Mario's just a standard Smash Brothers character. Everyone can play as him. He works. Of course, he's the most famous Nintendo character of all time. There's no doubt. But I do enjoy playing as him at times. But he's not like he's a mascot. But he, like, for Smash Brothers, like movesets and everything, he's nothing too special, I think. So A tier for him. Marth, I think is kind of the same as Lucina. I'll get to him more when I come to Roy. Mega Man, I mean, like, he was the first huge reveal that I remember. I mean, the reveal for Smash Bros. 4, like, I watched so many reaction videos to it over and over again, and I just got goosebumps every time. It was so much fun. Just seeing how excited people got for Mega Man, and I got excited myself. It was great. It's not that fun to play as, but maybe just because of the reveal, kind of like Banjo-Kazooie, which was a huge deal. I think I'll put him up in A tier. Don't take this too seriously. I just remind you, don't take this too seriously. This is just fun memories and how I feel about playing as the characters and their inclusion and everything. So Meta Knight, I remember him being like a banned character in Brawl, maybe. For pros, I never had the problem because I never played with pros at all. But Meta Knight is he's not as cool as Kirby. It makes sense to have in the game, but I don't think he's too special or fun to play as. So Mewtwo, I think, was a really cool Pokemon to include. I think I'll put him in A tier. Really fun to have in Melee. Yeah, he was a DLC character in Smash 4, that's right. I really think he was cool. Was kind of sad that they removed him and kind of replaced him with Lucario, which I didn't find too exciting. So I just appreciate Mewtwo more. But that's me. That's just me. So we have the Mii Fighters, which was a cool thing. The reveal was kind of cool, but they're nothing too special, I think. Min Min was a fun. Like, when it comes to ARMS, she was not at all a bad choice. I haven't played ARMS myself, but she's an interesting character, I think. So, at least a C tier. Okay, so this might surprise you. When I talked about, other alternating mains, Mr. Game & Watch is actually one of them. I think he is such a fun character to play as. I don't feel I play as well with him in Ultimate as I used to in previous games, but I think he's still really fun to use. I've always loved Mr. Game & Watch since Melee, actually. I really enjoy playing as him. Olimar, yeah, he's not unnecessary, of course, but I think he's not that fun to play as either. Pac-Man was also a really cool thing, though. But yeah, nothing too special to play as, in my opinion. Palutena was. She's kind of fun to play as. Nice addition. She's different from Pit in many ways, so that's cool. Pichu. Pichu hurts him or herself, which is lame. I've never really compared the power, like how much damage Pichu does compared to Pikachu. Pikachu makes more sense to have in the game, of course, and Pikachu plays well, so of course he's up there, he, she, whatever. The Piranha Plant was such a weird surprise. What can I say? I mean, it wasn't DLC character, but was he free? Or did you get him just by buying the pass or something like a bonus? Uh, I just can't. It came out of nowhere. It was so weird. It's kind of fun, but yeah, I don't know what to say. I'll put it down in C because it's just a strange choice, and I never play as Piranha Plant. But it's just so absurd. Pokemon Trainer is actually a really cool idea. But I think maybe I just never play as the Pokemon Trainer. So I don't think I'm gonna go into ranking that much higher than this. Pyramithra, I haven't played Xenoblade Chronicles 2. I do envy that they have like the Zelda and Sheik transformation. I'll just talk about those two now because I really, since Melee, I've played a Zelda a lot, and I just loved how I could switch between these two. I was disappointed when they split them up into two different characters in Smash Bros. 4. And they kept it like that in Ultimate, but then added Pyramithra as like two switchable characters within one, which is cool, but I just wish they kept the same with Zelda. I do really enjoy playing as her, in some ways as Sheik as well, but I do like Zelda better in some ways, but I really wish I could have put them both up here as one character. So I'll do Simon and Richter at once, and this is so fun because I remember leaving a comment somewhere on some YouTube video that I just tried to imagine a Smash reveal trailer, where you just saw some like a dark castle, like, and just rain and a guy walking, and you heard like Simon's theme from Castlevania 4 in the background, and just had this huge reveal for Simon Belmont. And I said that if that happened, like the way I described it just now, I would just shit my pants. And when I went back to the comment, I saw that I had a lot of likes, I had a lot of responses or replies, and there was like this one guy who said, so how are your pants, I think, because the trailer actually turned out to be quite similar to what I described, not exactly the same, but quite similar, and that was huge to me. At the time when it was revealed, I had like played the old school Castlevania games and really enjoyed them, and I just felt that the moveset from like the old NES games and SNES, they were perfect for a Smash Brothers game and so easy to get into. So to me, they're absolutely A tier at least. I even voted for Simon Belmont in the voting thing for Smash 4 when Bayonetta was chosen. So yeah, definitely huge. And speaking of huge, Ridley was also a huge deal, and I welcome that addition. So fun to both the reveal trailer and then like it's also fun to play as, to be honest. It's not my favorite, but it has a lot of cool moves. So Robin, I would almost rank higher than. He's different in so many ways, like spells and everything, which was cool. Welcomed addition when it came to the Fire Emblem franchise. But still nothing too special, I think. Rob is interesting, but nothing I really enjoy playing as. Rosalina as in, almost said Staryu or Luma? Luma? Isn't that the name? I think Rosalina and Luma. Fun addition. Yeah, but nothing too special, I think. Roy, I think, is one of the better Fire Emblem characters. I felt like he maybe was the best in Melee in some ways. Of course, I could be wrong there. I mean, Fox was like highly rated and everything, but I think he was a really powerful character and kind of hard to defeat at times. I've tried to play as Samus as a main sometimes because I think Samus is badass, but definitely iconic, but not like top tier for me. Sephiroth, like once again, I just never cared for Final Fantasy. I'm happy that Cloud made it and people were excited, which is great. But when it comes to Sephiroth, well, Cloud was included already. Cloud wasn't a DLC character now, but he was in the previous game. And with Sephiroth kind of taking one spot, I wasn't too excited, but yeah, I'll put it in B. I mean, it was a huge deal for many people, so I can't talk smack about that. So Shulk is a complicated character that I just don't enjoy playing as, but it's a cool addition. Solid Snake, well, of course, both him and Sonic were a huge deal in Brawl. But when it just comes to, like, when I look at these other third-party characters, maybe not Cloud though, I do enjoy playing as these a lot more than Solid Snake, but it's still a huge deal. And Sonic, I think, is the same. And Sora, also a huge deal. A great character for the last one revealed. Because I feel like he was really like people really wanted him in the game. I didn't care much for him, but I was happy to see many people happy with the last choice. Like, he's a better choice than Byleth as the last character added, to be honest. But I just gotta say that after Banjo-Kazooie, I was like, okay, no matter who the next characters are, I'll be happy. They have already included King K. Rool, Simon and Richter. They have now Banjo-Kazooie. They have Ridley. Like, they had like almost everything that people asked for. So I wasn't really disappointed when they had like Sora afterwards. I think he's a good choice, but I just don't enjoy playing as him. But then you have Minecraft Steve, which was so bonkers, so weird. But he's also a super annoying player character to play as, so I'll just put it in C. I like that Minecraft is actually included in Smash Brothers, but Steve, like as a fighter, I just can't, I can't stand him, to be honest. Terry was, well, okay. I really wasn't familiar with him. I mean, I've seen him from a game, but I just, even now I can't name the game. Final Fight, maybe. It's barely possible for me to do. Toon Link, just another Link, just like Young Link, but I've never, yeah, felt like they needed like their links. I'll put them there. Villager was kind of cool, but I really don't enjoy playing as villagers. I'll put it down here. Wario is actually my go-to guy in Mario Kart, in Mario Party, and I'm really happy to see him in Smash Brothers. But I really don't enjoy playing as Wario in Smash Brothers. So he's definitely not higher than B. Actually, I'll put him in C. I'd rather play as many of the sword fighters in Fire Emblem, and this was Joker. Well, I wouldn't rather play as Solid Snake rather than him, but he's just kind of disappointing to me. I mean, he's really not that fun to play as. he belongs here in some ways, but it's cooler to have Solid Snake here than Wario, to be honest. Yeah, I think that makes sense. Wii Fit Trainer, nothing special. It's just a blank Wii Fit Trainer, so yeah. Wolf, kind of makes sense, but he's not too different from Falco or Fox, so he's not that much more special. Yoshi goes an 8 here at least. He's fun to play as. And Zero Suit Samus, we kind of wish we could have switched between Samus and Zero Suit, but yeah. It's difficult. Yeah, I think maybe I do enjoy playing more as her than Wario, for example, or Steve, or any other down there. So yeah, I think this is my ranking of the Smash Brothers characters in Ultimate. Also with a little bit of the entire franchise in consideration when it comes to some of these characters. But Smash Brothers, huge game. I should play more, a lot more, to really make it up for all the hard work, the great work, the amazing work that Sakurai has put into this game. Well, can't say much more. This is how I'd rank them. My favorite characters up there, especially like Ganondorf, Link, Little Mac, Zelda, and Mr. Game & Watch. Kirby, Fox, Donkey Kong, Captain Falcon are more like iconic to the series, in my opinion. I don't hate Dark Samus, Dr. Mario, or Dark Pit. I just think that they're kind of unnecessary to the game. But Duck Hunt Duo, at the very bottom, I absolutely hate playing as and against Duck Hunt Duo. They suck. Enough said. So just once again, remember that this is just my opinion. I'm neither right or wrong. This is just how I feel about these characters. So thanks for watching, and let me know if there's anything you want to say to me when it comes to constructive criticism. I'll try to make things better in the future. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.